Hey there, and welcome. So, you've been wanting to start speaking English, but maybe you don't know exactly where to begin? Well, you're in the right place. We're going to build your very first real sentences together, step by step. Let's jump right in. Yeah, you read that right. I know it sounds a little crazy, but honestly, in just the next few minutes, we're going to cover the absolute essential building blocks you need to start a real conversation. It's so much easier than you think. Okay, first things first, let's talk about, well, you. The most basic and honestly the most important part of any language is just being able to say who you are. And to do that in English, we need one very, very special verb. Think of the verb to be as your new best friend in English. Seriously, we use it for everything, describing our jobs, our feelings, even the weather. It's the foundation for so many sentences. Now, this slide right here shows you a little secret to sounding way more natural in English. It's all about contractions. So instead of saying the full I am, we just kind of push them together and say I'm. Instead of he is, it becomes he's. And it's the same for the negatives. Is not becomes isn't, and are not becomes aren't. Using these is a huge step to sounding fluent. Let's see how this works in real life, okay? You can talk about how you feel. I'm tired, but I'm not hungry. You can describe someone. My brother is very tall. He's a policeman. You can even talk about the time or the weather. It's sunny today, but it isn't warm. See, you're already describing the world around you. Fantastic. So, now that you can say who you are, let's talk about what you do. This is where we bring in all the action. We call this the present simple tense. And here's the key thing to remember. We use it for things that are generally true. So think about your job, your hobbies, your daily habits, all those things you do again and again. For example, Margaret speaks 4 languages. That's just a fact about her, right? I like my job. That's how you generally feel about your work. Or Jim drinks a lot of tea. That's his habit. You're now talking about people's actual lives and routines. All right, you're doing great. So you can describe who you are and what you generally do, but what about things that are happening right now, this very second? For that, we need a special little combination. Let's check it out. And this slide shows the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got they teach. That tells us their job, their habit. But on the right, they are teaching, means it's happening right now, at this moment. That tiny little ing at the end of the verb, it changes everything. Just look at these pictures. We don't say he makes a cake, because that sounds like it's his job. We say he is making a cake, because we can see it happening right now. She is taking a photograph. They are doing an examination. That eyeing brings the action to life, right in this moment. Let's look at a few more. Think about it. Why would someone say, please be quiet? Because I'm working right now. Or if you're on vacation, you can say, we're staying at the Central Hotel to describe your current situation. You see, it's all about what's happening now. Okay, this is where it gets really powerful. You can make statements now, which is awesome. But a real conversation goes both ways. It's time to learn how to ask questions so you can get the information you want. The key to making a question is usually just changing the word order. With that verb to be, you just flip the first 2 words. So you are becomes are you. Easy, right? For other action verbs, we add a little helper word at the beginning, like do or does. So he works becomes does he work? And look at this. Look how easy it is to answer. Is Paul working today? Yes, he is. Or no, he isn't. See how you use those same little words from the question to give a short, clear answer? This is the back and forth rhythm of a real English conversation. You have done an incredible job. I'm serious. In just a few minutes, you've learned the 4 most important building blocks you need to actually speak English. So let's just put it all together one last time. Think of this as your personal cheat sheet. To describe who you are, use I am. To talk about a habit, use a simple verb, like I speak. For something happening right now, you use that ing form, I am learning. And to ask a question, you just start with words like are you. You now have the tools for a real conversation. So, really, the only question left is, what are you waiting for? You have the patterns, you have the words. The only thing left is to use them. So think about it. What is the very first thing you're going to say in English today? Go on, give it a try.